Welcome to the podcast Between Rest and Movement. In this episode, I'm the host and have the honor of asking questions to Linde. We will be talking about the retreat for women she's organizing this May, an event with a name that truly speaks to me, and I believe to you as well. The art of soulful living. I would like to open the episode with a quote from the retreat. Linda, how are you doing? And could you share in your own words the power of slowing down?
Hmm. I immediately take a deep breath in and out and feel grounded. And the quote, the power of slowing down, is what I so believe, that we are immeasurably powerful, but that power doesn't come from relentless striving or constant giving. It arises when we honor our own needs, set boundaries, say no, and give ourselves permission to rest. I so believe that true power is found in self respect, self love, and a deep understanding that we are enough, just as we are.
Thank you, Linda. That was really beautiful and powerful. Before we dive deeper into our conversation, I will just introduce myself. My name is Sissel. I'm an artist and writer living in Copenhagen. I'm the author of 2 books and founder of the online almanac Samin Journal. For the past 4 years, I have deepened my connection to nature through shamanic studies, nature therapy, and my own writing practice. Since I met you, Linda, back in 2020, I feel like we have been walking side by side, like witnesses on how slowing down and being in nature can help us thrive and spark our creativity and connect to our soul's wisdom. And I have to say, it has been really a gift to bear witness to your beautiful journey and the expansion of being now forest bathing guide and yoga teacher. And now you are combining all these practices into a retreat where women can reconnect to the wisdom within themselves through yoga and writing and just simply being. So I was wondering if you could share why you felt the deep calling to create this retreat.
Mm. Yeah, but first of all, I'm so very grateful that we are here together in this call, that we sharing our journeys, our stories, and where we are in our lives, in the world. I that's really, I'm very grateful for that, and um, and thanks for your question as well. Why I so felt deeply that I wanted to create this event. Um, yes, something deep inside me longed to bring women together to experience the profound healing of nature, embodiment, and rest. Yeah, I used to be a freelance communication advisor, working more than 10 hours a day. That was my norm. I leave home early, return late, and don't get me wrong, I really and truly loved my work. I cherished the people I met and coached and co-created events with. But there was also another part, because after each event I felt utterly drained. I needed at least a month to recover. And it was if I was either in full speed movement or in complete exhaustion. There was no balance, no middle ground at all. And beyond the fatigue, I found myself more and more asking, is this what life is all about? Is this the life I truly want to live? Is this what I want to offer the world? When I discovered Maureen Murdoch's book, The Heroine's Journey, I had an awakening. I realized that I've been living in a state of doing, a masculine driven existence, rather than embracing my feminine essence. The heroine's journey is about going inward, exploring the depth of who we truly are, and rediscovering our natural state of being. And by listening to my body, by truly tuning into the wisdom in my bones, I understood that our deepest guidance, our soul whispers, emerge when we allow ourselves to slow down. Yeah. Mhm.
Wow, thank you for that story. I think a lot can connect to what you are sharing. This, like, either being exhausted or in full drive and not finding your middle ground. It's the constant for a lot of people today. And these soul whispers, the guidance you are sharing, that sounds really powerful. Can you share more about how this comes along, the soul whispers?
Yeah. Yeah. The soul, I believe the soul is always speaking to us, but that you only can listen to it and hear it when you slow down. Because when you're in the movement or you're talking with people or completely in your head, then you cannot listen deep down inside to what's there too. And yeah, we are living in a very fast-paced world, constantly jump from A to B to C without pause. We don't think about it. We go, 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 go. But the moment you are creating more white space, moments of stillness, nothingness, we can reconnect with our inner knowing. And that voice, that soul whisper within, it's always speaking to us. It communicates through life events, physical sensations, discomfort we often ignore. But if we don't take time to slow down, we miss these signals over and over again. When I became a yin yoga and equinida teacher, as well as a forest bathing guide, that gave me the tools to embrace the art of slowing down. you know, and let me be honest, it's not always easy. Slowing down can bring discomfort and even pain. But I've learned to trust my body and intuition. When I take care of myself first, I'm able to show up for others with a full heart. As women, we are so conditioned to care for others before ourselves. But how can we truly nurture others if we are depleted? Is that possible? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Um, and I feel you are so right in that we are conditioned to care for others. And I really resonate with that, taking care of yourself first. I mean, it's something I've experienced firsthand because of my own kind of heroine's journey. That was like a health journey back to my health, because suddenly my body were making the calls for me, and really craving now that I take care of myself and restore my health. So I really had to take this long pause and get the downtime. And then was when I started spending time in nature and doing somatic practices and yoga and writing and all these things you are describing. So I really feel the truth in the fact that our bodies have their own ecosystem, and we have to respect that ecosystem, the balance, like you were talking about. and also as human beings start to understand that we are part of the greater ecosystem where we should be nourished by the earth, allow ourselves to be nourished, going outside and allowing ourselves this downtime to be nourished, as well as we nourish the earth too. And still, I feel like in this culture we are in, like you are referring to the speed and everything, it's like slowing down and nourishing ourselves, respecting our body's own rhythm. It can be associated with some guilt for a lot of women, myself included. And it might take a wake-up call from our bodies, like in my case, through illness or can be stress, before we actually start changing those patterns and the way we live. I feel like you say a lot of women are socially conditioned to prioritizing caring for others over caring for ourselves. And there's kind of biological wired thing that we are connected to the world through the rhythm of our own bodies and also the intuition of our souls. Like
Mm,
you were talking about those soul whispers. It's like maybe we have forgotten those whispers in that fast paced world. And the book you are referring to, The Heroine's Journey, I paradoxically also read that just before my own personal heroine's journey, which was my coming back to my health. And there's a point in the book where the author Maureen Murdoch describes how this is actually a 5,000-year-old culture and a cycle that today's women might be the heroines to change.
mm,
And I really believe that women today are the change makers,
mm,
and slowing down and connecting to that lost parts in ourselves are a huge part of that change.
mm,
So it's like you say, it can be super hard to break patterns and create new pathways in our nervous system that say, you can rest, you are enough, you are worthy. And that's the magic of doing this work together with other women. I really believe that it takes group effort to empower ourselves individually. In a group, we can remind each other and embody to each other how rest and stillness can be a portal to reconnecting to ourselves. It's like a portal to personal growth as well.
yeah, that's so true. And thanks for sharing your bit of your personal journey that you really had to listen to your body and had to slow down and feel so much nourishment in nature. I think that we are speaking and sharing so much about that magic of nature, of Mother Nature, just by being, just by observing and sharing that. That's amazing. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your beautiful soul. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this retreat is for women like you, women who know there is more to life, women who are ready to release what no longer serves them, women who crave a sacred space where they can simply be and explore their own journey, a place to return home to themselves. With a small group of no more than 12 women, this retreat offers a deep exhale. Yeah, a deep exhale, a chance to relax, recharge, realign, away from the to do lists and external noise. You will explore the inner world and the richness already within you. And few examples what are in the retreat is move gently through yin yoga, softening, listening to our bodies. Immerse ourselves in nature where the trees, the wind, and the birds will reflect our own inner wisdom. And journal to rediscover what brings us balance and joy. Yeah. Embark on a slow, mindful walk to deepen our sense of presence and create a personal mandala as a visual expression of our journey. And of course, a nourishing lunch will be provided along with tea, coffee, and treats. You don't need to bring anything, just bring yourself. This retreat is a full experience of what a day of soulful living can feel like. And most importantly, you will receive guidance on how to integrate these practices into your daily life.
Wow, that is really wonderful. I can already feel myself being there,
Yeah.
enjoying everything. Oh, that sounds so wonderful. And for you to hold that space and just me being able to lean back, wow, that would be a dream come true. But
Mhm.
where will the retreat take place?
The retreat will take place at Landgoed Blijdijk in Vught. That's really a stunning natural sanctuary. The space is designed to nourish your soul with large windows that bring in the light and a spacious deck where we can practice outside if the weather allows. And it's on May 16th from 9:30 to 5 p.m. And it will be a full day dedicated to realign with yourself.
That sounds so wonderful that day, but what about after? Is it enough to have like one day and what happens after the retreat?
Yeah, that's true. No, it's only one day, and of course, you life takes over, and then you suddenly find yourself in your normal pace again. So I think that's a really great question. And this one day will give, yeah, the women a deep experience of what soulful living feels like. And the journey doesn't end there. After the retreat, you will have the opportunity to join the Soulful Living community. That's a space where we meet twice a month for online circles with breathing practices and writing prompts. A place to continuing sharing your heroine's journey and to ask the questions that arise along the way.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. The soulful living community.
Yeah.
So this is like the online follow-up of the in-person retreat?
Yes, for now, that's the structure, and all the details can be found on my website. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm here for you. I know what it feels like to feel overwhelmed, caught, caught in the constant motion of life, but I also know the peace and the clarity that come from stepping into a more intuitive, nourishing way of being. Yes.
I know you know that, and I have had the pleasure of being with you for the past 4 years and really feeling that support that you give to others. And I'm sure everybody will feel that in this in-person retreat. So thank you so much for sharing everything and for offering to ask questions. And it will be wonderful for the participants to meet you there. So thank you.
Mm. Oh, I feel so grateful. Thank you, dear Sissel. It's such a joy to share this journey with you, to inspire and uplift each other along the way again and again and again. I feel a very happy woman by sharing this with you and with others in the retreat and afterwards. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. I feel it's so true what you say. Inspiring and uplifting each other, it is like the way forward And it's been the same case for me, sharing everything with you. And it's just inspiring how reaching out and growing together is so empowering.
Yeah.
And I would like to start ending our conversation with mentioning to everybody who's listening, if you are not familiar with Linda's beautiful offerings, I really invite you to take a look at her website, lindatenbrook.nl, where you can also find the details for the upcoming retreat in May. Thank you for listening to this episode of Between Rest and Movement, and welcome back the next time. I will end this episode with some words from the book The Heroine's Journey, which we have been talking about, a book by Maureen Murdoch that really sums up the theme of slowing down as a power practice for women. Women are weavers, women are creators, women are healers, women are lovers, women are alchemists, women are singers, dancers, prophets, and poets. Women are the protectors of the soul of the earth. Help us to be the always hopeful gardeners of the spirit.
And so it is. Thank you, dear. That's amazing.
Thank you.